And welcome to RVTravelTV.com. I'm your host today, Jeff from Brisbane, California, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you for the second interview, Jan and Rob from Sprinter Tour 2010. You guys are currently in Alberta, Canada, right?
That's right. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Yep, we're in Alberta. We're in Waterton Lakes National Park.
Wow.
And it's the only park that is shared between two countries.
There you go. So you got one foot in each country a little bit, huh?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So you're halfway through the tour, so to speak, and how's the traveling going?
Well, traveling's going great. We're having more fun now than when we started. And having more fun than we expected to at this time. We thought we'd be getting tired, but we're not. We actually have more energy and enthusiasm than when we left. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we were almost feeling like when we finished Alaska and now, coming back through Canada, that the trip was almost over, entering back into the States. But
right.
Looking at our schedule, we realized, wow, we still have a long ways to go, and that's great.
We still have about 10,000 miles to go yet.
Yeah,
it's a long ways.
Yeah.
So have you been to Yellowstone yet, or are you coming back down to hit Yellowstone?
Yeah, we're coming back in through Glacier, and then we'll go to Yellowstone and then the Grand Tetons. And then we'll head across to the Dakotas and up to Minnesota, Michigan, and then over to Maine.
So
that's the pattern.
Are you going to Mount Rushmore? You stopping at Mount Rushmore?
Actually, funny you would mention that because Jan asked last night, could we go to Mount Rushmore? I said, yeah, we can work that in. We've got enough flexibility.
We'll drive by it.
Oh, no, you have to. No, you have to stay there. You have to. Well, there's a couple towns that are really interesting because that's where Custard, the town Custers is, and some other towns, and Deadwood and things like that. And
right. I know about Deadwood.
Yeah. And basically what happens is they have this incredible kind of patriotic show at the Mount Rushmore, which is just stellar. You got to see it, especially at night. It's just amazing how they light it up. So yeah, Jan, make him go.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we have some flexibility in that when we're in through those parks, so we put in some extra days for those kind of things. So
good, we'll do it.
Yeah, good. Hey, I'm glad I can direct you where you have to go next. So it's my job in life. Speaking of coming out of Alaska, how did you like driving up there with the roads? I heard there were horror stories and things like that. So what was your experience?
Well, we had been warned about Alaska by several people. We met two couples in Dawson on the way up, and they said, oh, the roads are bad. And we didn't find them to be as bad as they thought they would be, but they were worse than I thought they would be. It's not so much the roads are bad, it's that the surface is uneven. So you get a lot of the what we call dipsy doodles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like riding bouncy.
Right.
And there were some times we had to slow down, but we didn't have any road trouble at all.
No.
But you was like 40 miles per hour on like a road like that, like a washboard kind of road, about 45.
Oh no. No, we were doing
50, 55, 60 most of the time.
Oh, no wonder you're going up and down.
You have to slow down. They put red flags out on the side of the road to tell you when you're going to hit those dipsy doodle things.
Oh, okay.
So you have ample warning that something like that's coming. So you slow down, or you drive in the other lane, get around them.
Yeah, because there's not very many people on the road.
There's nobody up there, man.
Right. I mean, we driving up, we saw more people coming the other way, and we thought there's not going to be anybody left in Alaska. Maybe we're going at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go an hour and not see another car.
Wow.
Yeah, it's big country.
Yeah.
It's just big country.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, we took the Cassiar Highway, which everyone said, oh, it's a bear and
terrible road. You can only drive 200 miles. You'll have to stop.
Yeah, you'll be, but we did it all in one day, and the roads were no different than the roads up on the Alaska Highway. We were fine.
In fact, they were better.
Right. Yeah, they were.
So it worked out really well.
Yeah, they're probably less traveled, you know.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Actually, they had fires up in that area at the junction of the Alaska Highway and the Cassiar. And when we went through there the first time, the smoke was really bad. They weren't letting anyone down that Cassiar. But by the time we got back there, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks later it was fine.
Everything was out and we could drive it.
Wow. So, any horror stories about mosquitoes at all in Alaska? I hear they're like this big.
Well, we had planned the trip intentionally to avoid those big mosquitoes because the bugs are big up there and there's a lot of them, and they come out of nowhere. You don't really expect it. Like, you stop and you'll think, oh, there's no bugs, and 30 seconds later there's bugs, but it wasn't as bad as if we'd gone in June, say.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of the time we were there, they had an early fall, and the bugs were minimal. We were really, our plan worked. We avoided most of the bugs.
Yeah, I couldn't say
It
it was.
did. Yeah.
It wasn't one of those things where I dread going out because bugs are bad. It wasn't at all. I mean, actually, we bought extra DEET on the way
Yeah,
up,
we did.
and we didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
Yeah.
But we did use DEET there, and people that had been up earlier told us that the bugs were just atrocious in June. So we were glad we went when we did.
Yeah. And you spent 5 days at the parks in Alaska, or longer?
We were there 3 weeks, and we visited 5 parks.
You were there. You were in Alaska for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was never more than a day's drive between the parks. So.
Yeah, and 2 of them were pretty close.
Yeah.
Homer and we went to Homer for
Katmai.
and flew over there because you can't drive to Katmai.
Right.
So, that day we actually that park we only spent 1 day because we flew over.
And back the same day.
Right, to see the bears. Landed in the park, did the bears, flew back.
Did the bears.
And then we drove. Well, it was pretty neat. They land you on a beach, and then you hike into the river system to find the bears.
Wow.
And you're wearing waders you're wearing hip waders, and you're going through streams that are almost up to your waist. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was a great time.
Yeah. Our weather had been really bad for the first 10 days we were there, I guess. Yeah. Rain all the time and cold. And actually the trip into Katmai, the day we were supposed to go, it was canceled, the flight. And they said, oh, we fly in any kind of weather. Well, that day it was canceled. Yeah. The next morning we woke up, the sky was clear, and we had a fabulous flight over.
Marvelous.
We were so glad it had been canceled the day before.
Alaska is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
just unbelievable.
Right.
All right. So now, have you broken down yet and stayed in a hotel, or you've been on the road in the camper? I mean, in the interstate Mercedes-Benz all this time.
Yeah. Well, we haven't stayed in a hotel in a long time. We did more hotel type things, motels earlier in the trip. But the Sprinter Interstate has really become our home. So we're more comfortable here than getting out and going into a motel.
Right.
So the next time we'll stay in a motel will be in
Badlands.
In Badlands.
Well, now we did stay in a hotel in Glacier Bay because we had to fly into Glacier Bay in Alaska. So we had 2 nights there.
Yeah, and that was nice.
Right.
That was nice, but we were more comfortable in the Sprinter Interstate.
Right. I know that's hard to believe, but
it's because we have all our stuff here, all of our equipment works here, so it's just we have all the conveniences here.
Yeah.
We want something that's right at our fingertips,
Right.
And our bed's comfortable.
Right.
Yep.
Our bed's really comfortable.
You know what's going to be weird is when you actually make it back to your home and you realize what the space is that you're going to be living in, it's just going to blow your mind, you know, because you're going to have no clue. You're going to go, wow, the bedroom is bigger than an entire place, you know?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. I know we get some looks from people, you know, when we tell them what we're, you know, people on the road, and they stop, ask what we're doing, and they say, "You've been living in that thing since April the 28th?"
Yep.
Yes, we
Yes,
have.
we have.
Wow.
It is amazing.
But then when they step inside and they see the layout, they're pretty impressed, and, you know, realize that
for two people, it's a good deal.
Right. And we're not big people, so that helps too, you know.
Right.
So we can pass each other, and we can pass each other and not, you know, it's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking on the road, has it been hard finding diesel in like a smaller market kind of place, not like a truck stop, or?
No, we've only had one place where we had a problem finding diesel, and since the time we left, there was only one town we pulled in, and there just wasn't diesel to be had. But there's a lot of, I mean, there's diesel is readily available because so many truckers use it. So
exactly.
That's a non-issue, really.
Yeah, and
we thought it would be, but it isn't.
Yeah, and the drive up to Alaska, we always made sure that we were full. You know, if we could stop and get diesel, we got it.
Right.
Just to be safe, because there was less a worry about diesel and more concern about the distance between places where you could get fuel.
Right, so, and especially if a car doesn't go by for an hour and a half, you know, you're going like,
you're going, wow, what happens if?
Yeah,
I better be able to get to the next spot.
There,
oh
yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't been a problem.
So speaking of mileage, are you still getting 16 miles per gallon in?
No. We're getting about 18 and a half miles per gallon.
18 and a half miles per gallon. That's
we
insane.
had some when we were going from Jasper down to here, we got close to 20 miles to the gallon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically what's happening is the diesel engine is just getting better gas mileage as it's breaking in, or something. It
seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Which is okay by us.
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah.
18 to 20 is just, you know, to me is just, that's like driving an SUV when you're driving a house, you know, so.
That's right.
Yeah, that's just nuts. So now, I forgot, does your Interstate have a diesel generator or a propane generator?
Propane. It's all propane.
And have you used it at all?
About 3 times, I think.
Yeah, we've used it a couple of times when we couldn't access electricity. And it worked. I mean, it's such an easy thing to use because you start it internally.
Right.
Press a couple of buttons, you got electricity. It runs quiet, and it doesn't burn much fuel. We can run our air conditioner for 24 hours off the propane tank.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so it works really well.
We haven't really stayed anywhere.
Hookups?
The RV parks that we stay at, you know, have full hookup most often, so we haven't done any dry camping. Well, I shouldn't say that.
No, we've done
3 times, I think, in the whole trip.
Yeah.
So I take it you haven't even refilled the propane as of yet, or have you? You must have.
We refilled it once. Yep.
Wow.
Because we used gas to cook with.
Right.
We thought we were using gas to run the furnace, but we don't see any evidence of that.
Yeah.
You will tonight. Rumor has it it's going to be cold there tonight, you know, so.
Yeah, it is. It's funny, you know, we've been in this vehicle for 4 months now, and there are still things we're not really sure how it works. All we know is it works.
Well, you know, you probably...
See, how does that work? I don't know, but don't make any noise about it because it's working.
It's working, exactly. How does the furnace work? I don't know. You know, it's warm in here, you know.
But
Yeah,
no heat, everything's good.
and that's the best way to have a travel, is worry free. And it sounds like everything has been pretty much worry free. The only worry is where you get into next and when you have to get there, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, and we've had to make a couple of pit stops for basic service, oil change, fuel filter and air filter, that kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, it's been surprisingly trouble free. Every time we have a problem, we email our buds at Airstream, or if need be at Mercedes, and we usually get a pretty good answer from them if we follow what they tell us. It usually works out pretty well.
Yeah.
So basically, if Jan does it, it works, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. If you follow the instructions.
I'll tell you. We have a pump that we put on when we don't have water supply, because we have a pretty large fresh water tank. And the pump was running, but we weren't getting water. And we thought, oh, this is awful. So we called Airstream, and they said, oh, just run the pump for about 5 minutes. It should come on. And I'm going, man, we're going to burn this pump up. And so we're running the pump, nothing happened. Running the pump, nothing happened. Jan says, you got to leave it on longer. I said, no, we'll burn the pump up. So we get an email from the technical guy there, and he says, you can run the pump for a half hour, it won't hurt it. Oh, okay. He said, It just needs to prime itself. Just let it run. Sure enough, we turn it on for a minute and a half, and water comes pouring out of there. Just little things like that,
Yeah, because there's obviously air in the line. It has to all get sucked out of there until all the water is throughout the whole line. Yeah.
Hey, we don't know these things.
No,
someone
it's a
pays
great
attention.
Vehicle.
Yeah.
It's a great vehicle. We just get in and turn it on, and off
drive.
we go. Takes us 2 minutes to unhook, and
we were gonna time it one day to see how fast I could unhook this baby, because it's really simple. The hard part's rolling up the cord and throwing it in the storage truck. It's just boom, boom.
Yeah, well, you have to remember to unhook the water hose. So, the little things you might want to remember. But
Yeah.
Dump the tanks, things like that. But it sounds like you guys are just rocking it out and having a great, great time. So
we are.
Congratulations.
And it's getting better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, because let's face it, you're on an adventure of a lifetime. So
we are.
Is there anything you'd like to kind of just add to your favorite experience so far, besides taking excellent shots of bears eating salmon, which the one you sent me was just amazing? I'm going like, wow, it's stellar. I mean, what you're doing is stellar. So I guess you must kick yourself every day saying, God, you're lucky.
Yeah, we just can't believe some of the things we've seen. That has just been, the amount of wildlife we've seen has been awesome. Some people say, we never saw a bear the whole time we were wherever they were. And we'll just go down a road and there'll be 3 or 4 bears. Or like today, I look out my window here and there's 4 deer sleeping right beside the RV here.
Wow.
Just kind of wandered up.
It's, if I was going to add anything to what's going on with our adventure, we realized that we're not rushed on the tour. We really aren't. We don't feel like we're going pell-mell down the road. We just got to keep pushing on. We felt kind of antsy today because today was a do-nothing day.
Right.
And it wasn't antsy like we had to get going or we had to do something. It was just like we felt like we were wasting an opportunity if we weren't actively pursuing the outdoors. But the big thing that struck me is if you really want to experience a park, you've got to spend a substantial amount of time in it.
Right.
We thought 3 and 4 days would be good, and it has been. But we read about things and we see things that we wish we could do, but we'd have to spend a week or 10 days in a park to do it.
Right.
So we'll come back to some of these places and see things that we haven't been able to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know,
But
you're going
it's
to have the same experience once you get to Yellowstone. It's like, you know, it's a huge park. It's, you know, there's no way you can see it in 3
Right.
or 5 days.
Right.
It's just
Right.
incredible. So,
Yeah.
no.
Well, we're really looking forward to that. We'll give it our best shot, though.
Just
We know how to see a lot in a little bit of time.
Just remember, clean the lens of the camera the day before.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
All right. Well,
it's not
I want to.
it's not part of the routine.
Oh,
The problem is it's not part of the routine.
So Jan, just gotta
Because I
make
don't
a
have to clean
list.
every day. Yes, I have to clean every day. It's like every 3 or 4 days.
Make a list for him, and he'll just follow it. That's all you have to do, and you know, that way, it's a done deal. All right. Well,
Right.
I'm just going to kind of close this off. Thank you so much for another, you know, wonderful tour of your experience, which is Sprinter Tour 2010, and they can follow you on your website at sprintertour2010.com, right?
Just sprintertour.com.
Sprintertour.com. Okay, and you're on Facebook and you're tweeting and the whole bit. So
We're also on Picasa and YouTube.
wow, you're everywhere.
They can find all that when they go to sprintertour.com.
.com. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure doing this. And maybe I don't know if you want to do one last one at the end of the tour. I would be up for it. Hopefully,
for
you guys
sure.
would be too.
Would love to.
All right.
Love to,
I
man.
want people to know that we actually finished
Yeah,
this.
we are going to finish. Jeff, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hopefully, you'll finish together too. That would be good, huh?
No, that's right. We
Yeah.
will.
I know you will. All right. Take care.
Well, you know what, Jeff?
Well, what?
We've been coming down through Canada, and we've decided now we need to do all the Canadian parks.
Ooh.
There are 42
Yeah.
Canadian national parks.
Sprinter Tour 2011.
Maybe
about
2012.
2012. All right.
Canada's way bigger than the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, it is, you know, and I'm just going to, because we went up to up Chilliwack and up the kind of up towards Calgary, halfway up, and it's amazing. It is just, you know, the scenery is just stellar. The mountains, and it's like being in Colorado, but it's, you know, there, and there's a lot less people, like in
Right.
Alaska. So
Yeah.
It's way bigger. It's
Yeah.
way bigger.
yeah.
Yep.
Hence, that's why you got that 20 miles per gallon, which is good. All right, guys.
Good stuff,
Thank you so
Jeff.
much,
Thanks.
and
Okay.
we'll do this one more time. Take care.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Bye.